Welcome back, everybody. So this week's video is going to be another one that's kind of pieced together over time. We're up here in Indiana. We're staying with some family for a while, which gives us an opportunity to do some bigger upgrades and maintenance activities. Bad thing about full-time is if you're at a campground, you're not really supposed to be doing the maintenance stuff and having all your tools out. We try to be respectful of that. We've had to do a few little things, but didn't do anything major. So taking advantage now, got several things planned to do myself. Then unfortunately I still don't have like a concrete pad and the tools to do some of the simpler stuff that I normally would. I got to repack wheel bearings. I kind of want to do some suspension upgrades, things like that. But I don't have the facilities still here even to do that, so we're going to take it in, get some of the stuff that you need to actually jack the camper up for, have them do anything that would require jacks and jack stands. The rest of it I'll try to do myself. But the first thing today we're doing is working on the bed again. A little update on the mattress we got. Really happy with the mattress. Very comfortable. It does not sleep hot at all. It has the cooling pad on it, so that's nice. We're used to memory foam mattresses that you don't feel one side or the other when someone moves. So this has a little bit more movement feel. But other than that, we like it. It is very heavy though. And at first, when you would lift the storage up under the mattress there, the shocks were not nearly strong enough, so I got some shocks that were double the strength, replaced both those. It's now easy to lift, but it still won't hold on its own. And we're also concerned that lifting it so many times will start to crease the mattress, since this isn't an RV mattress. So I've got a project I'm going to start today to try to remedy that. We'll still be able to lift it, but I'm going to basically open all the sides to where Shanna can put baskets underneath and just slide out from underneath. A little tight quarters, so not sure how filming is going to go. But I'll go ahead and get in here and see how well I can film it and show you what I'm doing. So you can see down here, I've already opened this part up. It did have this thin paneling on the sides to enclose it. Open this up a little bit. But the idea is I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to put 4x4 posts at the corners, 2x4s instead of 2x2s across the top, and then have both sides and this end all open. Here, buddy. So this is what I came up with to replace the 2x2s they had. I've basically got it in 3 pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put this under there by the foot of the bed, this bottom piece, and you'll have to ignore the dog trampling around. But I'm going to put that down there and then just cut out the 2x2s. I'll go back to the back vertical support cut and then pull that all out and systematically put these in. And then once I've got them where I want them, I'll just screw them all together at that point. All right, you can see I got the footer piece set under here. It's just kind of loose. And then I'm getting ready to cut this side piece out, and I'll slide it that way and then just shift this into position. Try to get it square and lined up, and then I'll just screw it together.
Okay.
But moving's a problem.
I can see the legs. You doing?
The bracket for the strut supports was sized for a 2x2.
Okay.
I put 2x4s in, so I need to move them in a little bit further.
Oh.
They're hitting the 2x4.
I see.
Little tight corridors though.
Yeah.
Here you can see how it's just wide open down there now. So now we can get totes or baskets or something that fit and not have to lift the bed all the time. All right, not sure how lighting's going to be on this, but the whole frame is down here supporting everything in place. The only thing not done is this piece right here is toward the head of the bed. So I need 4.5-inch screws to mount that to where I cut the other piece out. It still ain't going anywhere, but I got to run to Lowe's for that. And then these shocks need remounted. But since the old was 2x2 right here and the new's 2x4, I've got to move them 1.5 inches inward where the brackets are to mount it. So I'll wait till I get this locked in position, then I'll re-drill those and move them over, and then I'll wrap this up, and then I'll show you how it works. So we finally got the bed project done too, all the little fine tuning's done. But so got it done. Shannon went and got some totes to put under there to organize it. This comes down enough to kind of block, but you can see we've got totes under instead of the enclosure. So now, if Shannon wants to get anything,
All I have to do is pull it out. There's pants. Under the bed, all I have is, this side's my pants. That front is the workout pants, Jeff's work shirts, and then Jeff's pants over on the other side. So there's 6 of them. And we got these at Myers. So I just fold them up, and it's just, you pull out what one you want. Oh, man, I missed something. Whoops. It still lifts.
yeah, so it still lifts. You could get to things this way if you wanted to.
I prefer not to because it's going to ruin our bed.
Yeah, and it still doesn't hold itself up, even though we went to stronger struts. But project is done. Shannon's organized.
And you rounded the corners today.
Yep, so we got that.
So
Doesn't
not
catch your
killing our
shins.
legs.
But yeah, so that project's wrapped up. I think Shanna's happy.
I am.
So another thing we got to fix on this camper, we've had 2 or 3 blinds now that have broke, so they won't stay up, they just flop around. Thought we were gonna have to buy new blinds, which we want black roller blinds anyway. We'd like to do all of them, and that's pretty expensive. So we were like, well, we can do a few, do 1 or 2 at a time. But all that broke is the string on it. So I did find a website that sells the little plastic pieces. So then if you replace those, you're good to go. We did 1 already, worked really well. So grab 1 and show you how these work, and we'll do this next one. So on the old ones, this plastic gets brittle and that snaps off and the string just comes out. So found these, I think it was 30 bucks for 15 of them, something like that. But you have this little piece and a little cap to put the thread around, and then these squeeze into one another and then hold string. So first one is fixed. Now on to number 2. So here you can see the plastic missing that this string goes through. There. Then you pull it in, but it was too far into where it wouldn't seat. Now before we do that, good?
Stays. I don't know how this went on.
You have to start.
Right
Hold
here.
on.
Don't you have to start
Yeah,
there?
you have to start this to here, and then feed it through.
Yeah, you're gonna do that. I'm done.
So, the 2 that are broke for now are fixed. Like I said, we bought 15 or 16 of those little things because we figure if a couple have broke already, we're gonna have a bunch more breaking soon. So we'll just keep these in the drawer, and as they break, we'll go through and replace them all. Alright, so another hopefully quick project. We're updating the thermostat in this thing. So it's got just the basic simple thermostat. We've had a little bit of issues with the AC cutting off at a certain temperature anyway. I think that's more to do with it being clogged up there and needing that cleaned. But we're going to start with this because it needs it anyway. We wanted one that's Bluetooth and Wi-Fi enabled. And then this also is either AC or heat. Which, yes, these campers are 4-seasoned. That does not mean they're insulated well. So temperature fluctuates a lot. And especially spring and fall, you'll go to bed, it's warm, so you have the AC on. Then at night it drops down into the 40s, and by 2, 3 in the morning you're going to turn the furnace on. So the thermostat we bought has where you can set a low and a high point, and it automatically switches from AC to heat and back and forth. So I'm going to go ahead and kill power to the camper, take this off, and put that in real quick. I need to take a picture. So do you have your phone?
Yes.
Or I just need to take a picture of which wires are which.
Here. There's my phone. I'm taking a video of you taking a picture.
Yeah. So make sure I can see everything I need. Yep. Okay, hold one's off.
Yep.
That's easy enough.
It shouldn't be too hard to do, you would think.
Yep. Make sure they got, see, these are in different order. So on the old one, power was on one side, ground was on the other. This is power, then ground in the middle. So you got to switch the order of the wires. So white was ground, which is odd in itself. All right, it's wired up.
Okay. It says 81 in here?
Yep. So let's go fan only. Guess I need to know how to do this thing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, that'd be furnace only because I don't have the 110 on yet. So hold on.
You're learning on the fly. Pushing buttons and just figuring it out. No research involved. Hey, it came on.
Yes, the fan works.
See, who needs to research? bunch of buttons.
That's weird. So when you go from low to high, it goes off then to high. It doesn't like you think it just goes low to high. The touchscreen's a little laggy.
Okay.
Not a big deal, but there's a lot of settings in here.
A lot of stuff for you to figure out. That's just fan.
I've got it set on cool. It takes a second for the compressor to kick in normally. Well, and it's, yeah.
I think it just came on.
Yeah.
The humming noise.
And I feel cool air. Yeah, so it's working.
Well, what's the furnace?
Well, I'm sure it all still works, but actually I want to put it together until
Okay.
I'm not going to check the furnace on yet.
Since it's 83 in here?
It's one communication line that tells it what to do, so.
Okay.
Gotta go a little bigger. Uh-oh.
That's what she said.
Uh-oh, we're gotta go bigger. Or both. So this thing came with these little spacers that you mount it on. But this wall is so thin of paneling, and the way they mount in the center, it just rocked on it looser than I liked. So every time you push it, the thing's just gonna rock. So we're trying command strips, and I'm hoping that works better. But I did have to notch out the wall. The hole for the wires was off-centered, so then it doesn't line up where this is. So I've notched that a little bit.
Well, you were complaining, and then I was like, well, why don't you?
Yeah. Shannon's like, just do this. I'm like, yeah, good idea. So I keep her around.
Only?
Yeah, that and you're hot. And you can cook.
I'm not too shabby on that.
Now the problem's getting it to press when you're pressing the command strips on.
Pressing it hard enough to stick.
The whole wall wants to move. Yeah, so you can't get it to push on the wall hard enough. Well, that didn't go well.
Yeah, maybe that won't work.
Well, boo.
Might have to deal with it being loose.
Yeah, because even if you put these the way they sit in here, I mean, it's gonna rock no matter what. I don't like that setup.
Now, could you put a piece of wood across the back and then screw it in? Oh, it would still be loose, though.
You'd have to get back into that wall to do that, though.
Yeah. And it would still be loose because the way it's hooked up.
Yeah, because it's still... So you just have the middle holes. This goes in there, and you can see it sits a little bit further back than the back. So you still have that little bit of rock, no matter what.
Now, could you put those in and then put one of the sticky things underneath it and push it in and see if that would make it quit rocking?
We can try.
I don't know if it will. It's not like command strips are that expensive, so I'm just trying to come up with ideas.
Oh, and I have to put my screwdriver up. Man.
Good job.
I was trying to beat the rain.
Well, it's not raining that bad. You act like it's pouring down rain.
You said it wasn't going to rain, and now the sky's black.
No, it just does that. It's not, I don't think it's going to hit us that much.
You're like, just keep the truck open. It's only $8,000. Who cares if it gets ruined?
You barely had it open.
The good news is this is easy. The thermostat works. It does everything it's supposed to. I'm just not happy with the mounting. So this isn't a great solution, but we were able to loosen the fantastic fan, max air fan controller, and then offset the screws to where they actually rub. So this is actually holding this snug against the wall now because it wedges behind it. So the vents are on the top and bottom, so it's still going to get air. And then this is still, so kind of wedging them together. Not ideal, but if you didn't do that, this whole thing was just too wobbly. It would have annoyed me. So I'd rather them be touching than be wobbly. But for now, that's done. So now I just got to get on the app and figure out how to actually use it. So cool, one more done. So you have to pardon the background noise. It's spring in Indiana, so tractors are everywhere. But there's a couple upgrades I did to the camper that I haven't got a chance to show. So one thing we discussed was putting one of the SmartPlugs on. Airstreams use these, and it just makes sense to go to this better setup. So it was in the plans to do. Uh-oh, tractor's coming. So when we first got here, we had some electrical issues. And if you'd watched back when we were at High Falls and even one of the parks in Tennessee, we've had multiple times where these parks had weird electrical problems. The Tennessee one had a bad pedestal that kind of blew up and fried our surge protector, which luckily we had it. So we replaced that. Then at High Falls, we had several storms come through, trees down, power surges, transformers blow up. So the camper took a beating on that stuff. Nothing got broke in the camper. Then we got here, and when we plugged into power, it was doing all kinds of weird stuff.
Well, we noticed it in Diamond Lure.
Yeah, when we were at Diamond Lure, we noticed there was a little bit of a burn spot on the old plug to this. Yeah, then we got here, had all kinds of problems. But we'll see if you can see this or not. But
yep.
Burnt mark on that spot. And then on the plug side,
that's what I noticed.
You can see that was frying. And let's see. And it's hard to tell on that side. But then there's your wiring.
Yep.
Yeah, so basically we pulled in here. It was kind of cold that day, but had no choice. I had to go ahead and cut all this, put this on. But the SmartPlug connects so much tighter. It looks better. It's easier to put on and off. You're not messing with that little lock ring. So this has been really nice. And the old one, like, you could touch it and tell it was getting warm. This one, there's nothing. So really like the SmartPlug. Really recommend that. Definitely worth upgrading your camper to that one.
I'm just glad we ordered it at Diamond Lure and had it shipped here, because if not, we would have not been able to stay in here.
Yeah, I mean, we knew it needed done, so we'd ordered it, had it shipped to where we were staying. It'd been here for a week or two, And yeah, like Shanna said, luckily it was already here, so we got here and just did it. Otherwise, we would have been sleeping in the house.
And luckily it didn't happen at one of the other campgrounds on the way up here.
Yeah, we would have been hosed, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's done. So that's the only outside thing I've gotten done. There's one more thing inside I want to show you, though. So one of the big problems with any of these, well, even the nicer TVs, but especially these lower end ones, the sound quality is awful. The problem in an RV is the AC is loud. So definitely not great. So we got the Bose TV soundbar. Put that in, it fit perfect. I was afraid I was gonna have to move the TV, but that fit really well. Sound is phenomenal now. That thing is great for this camper. And it has a mode you can put on that lifts just the voice, so it doesn't blow out the speaker with the bass or anything, but you can hear the voice real well. So when we have the AC on, that works really good to be able to still watch shows in here. But I got that on. There was still an issue with all the wires. And we'd had our Apple TV down on this junk shelf, which we have to clean now.
Yeah, excuse the junk shelf.
And it's been our catch-all. But I had the Apple TV down here, then a cable running up. So I found a company that I'll link down below. But they make a bracket to mount your Apple TV behind the TV. And they did have, what I liked about them is they had an option on the website to pay $3 extra and have a made in the USA version. So I did that. So I mounted the Apple TV behind it, rerouted cables, cleaned that all up so there's no wires showing. So I'll pull this out and let you see behind it.
Well, that's your pet peeve.
Yes, I hate wires showing.
Oh. If there's any wires showing, it drives him absolutely nuts.
So you can see behind, I had to add a power splitter to be able to plug everything in. Just looped everything up, got it to where it can still move in and out. And then got the Apple TV mounted right behind the TV back here. Still want to upgrade the TV, but that'll be down the road. Got to get a good Blu-ray player first, and then we'll update the TV after that. Okay. But for now, looks good.
We got a lot more other stuff we got to do too.
So yeah, got the AC done, got this done. We have another round of upgrades we got to work on and repairs, but that'll be in another video. For now, I'm going to wrap this one up. I think we've covered enough. But yeah, so let's see, we got this one. Next week will be a Kentucky video. And then this summer, we're trying to still plan out some trips that we're going to be doing. But appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.